Welcome back to my mental health and crime channel. My name is Huda London. This is on my thoughts, my speculations and my opinions. This is the case of the IDAHO. May the victims rest in peace. Condolence to their families. And may the correct justice be served someday. Today I'd like to talk about John Roger Showalter. He was one of the last people to see Maddie and Kaylee alive. Showalter is one person who's always been on my top list of suspects. This is all my thoughts and my opinions, like I said. Showalter has been arrested in November 2024. It was a misdemeanor for disturbing the peace, intoxication, etc. in Boisey, Ada County. I find it very interesting that John Roger Showalter says that he knows Madison Morgan and he doesn't know Kaylee G. He said that he knows Zana Canodal, but he doesn't know Ethan Chapin. The reason that I find it very interesting that Jack Showalter, or John Rogers Showalter, says that he doesn't know Ethan and Kaylee is because from the beginning of this case, I've been following with everything. From the facts, speculations, rumors, and beyond. It was always said that Showalter had two targets. Strangely enough, it wasn't the two people he knew. It wasn't Maddie, and it wasn't Zana. His main targets, allegedly, were Ethan Chapin because Ethan reported him and got him kicked out of his fraternity, Delta Tau Delta. So for him to say that he doesn't know Ethan is a red flag. His second target is he was really out for Kaylee, allegedly. There was something brewing on between Showalter and Kaylee. Kaylee allegedly got him kicked out of the corner club that night. Kaylee was even taking a picture of Showalter, Jovito, and the crowd behind her at the grub truck. Active listening is really important. Didn't Steve Gongalves say Kaylee was a smart girl? If she felt like she was being bothered or stalked, she would take a picture of the person behind her. I can believe he knew Maddie, definitely, and Zana. Because let's not forget, the day Hudson Lindo, may he rest in peace, the 19-year-old boy who was found unalived, whether it was an accident or whether it was foul play by certain people, that night, that boy ended up at the Paradise Creek. He was at his fraternity party. That's Delta Tau Delta. Now, who used to attend his fraternity? Hudson Lindo and Showalter used to go in the same fraternity. Who attended that party that night? Showalter, Hudson Lindo, Madison Morgan, Madison's boyfriend Jake, and Zana. Zana wasn't dating Eaton that time. I believe. Wonder always if Showalter was Kaylee's stalker. Let's not forget, Showalter threatened the girls. He said, "You know we're going to get you for that, Maddie." What was he going to get Maddie for? It just can't be a coincidence that you threaten someone and within a couple of hours they all are unalived. That is impossible. That can't be a coincidence. This was written on the internet in the beginning of the case. Somebody from Idaho Moscow University said this. Jack Showalter lives right across 1122 King Road. He lives in the apartments with the red dot downstairs. Guessing Kaylee was rude to him at the corner bar or club. She got him kicked out and he snapped. Plus, the couple, that's Ethan and Zana, got him thrown out of his fraternity. So the person wrote, case solved. 2 targets, 2 motives. Ethan and Kaylee. Is what the person's trying to say. He lived at Queen Road, right next to the girl's apartment, literally a minute away. And his DNA wasn't there red liquid on his door. Never believed Jack Showalter was escorting anyone besides escorting the girls to where they ended, which is really terrible, which is really sad. I try to always look for the connections. These are all college students who know each other. But guess what? Dylan Mortensen and John Roger Showalter went to Boisey, Idaho high school together. We've seen the picture several times of Bethany Funk sitting on Showalter's lap on a bonfire. So these 2 girls, the 2 surviving roommates, know Showalter well. And if it's an inside job, wouldn't it be perfect to know the people inside the house? These people have history from Boise, Idaho. I don't know how he knows Bethany Funk, but there could have been a period of her life she could have been in Boise, Idaho. This picture is John Roger Showalter with the paint bowling? Whatever he's holding in his hand, you see Showalter. Now what is interesting is the boy next to him on the left with the pink jumper is his adopted brother that he grew up with all his life. His name is Hank Showalter. In the beginning of this case, there was rumors from the college saying that Hank Showalter was involved too. But when he was asked, he said he wasn't even there. He was at his fraternity. Hank Showalter gave the same alibi or excuse as Quinn Kelly. Now that we are reading in the reports that there was one Black American male who was allegedly one of the alternative 4 suspects, I wonder if it could have been Hank Showalter or Demetrius Robinson, or could it have been Peter Reagan, the young man from Banfield with the bump on his head? Just wondering. I wonder where Hank Showalter was that night. As a mental health counselor, I look at behaviors and patterns. Showalter's pattern and behavior, according to people who said they have reported him at work, is concerning. If he got kicked out of his fraternity for harassments towards females, that is really concerning. He threatened Maddie on his way to the grub truck. You know we're going to get you for that, Maddie. Or they're going to get you for that. It doesn't matter. A threat was going on there, most likely. I'm originally from Boisey, but currently living out of state, so I hope I'm still allowed to give any possible helpful information pertaining to this case. I couldn't help but notice that a young man named J.S., that would be John Showalter, may have been a person of interest. I only bring this up because I used to work with him at Flatbread. At the summer of 2021, to be exact. I'm not sure how much information you all were able to gather from him, but I couldn't help shake that feeling that he may be involved. I hope it's not my own personal bias, as I didn't work with him for long, but there were just some specific behaviors that gave me an eerie vibe. Ouch. I personally don't think this young woman, is lying. She's from Boisey, Idaho. She's from Ada County. Nobody would want to be a target, especially by someone who harasses females. So she must have thought this is necessary to put it across, because Showalter is not a good man. At first, we seemed to be able to work together fairly, but a few shifts in, his demeanor changed completely. Another female co-worker and I were in the middle of a dinner rush, and apparently a mistake was made somewhere. And he started blaming me for things that I didn't do, saying things like, "You are the dumbest bitch I've ever met," and pacing around, standing super close and getting in my way. When I tried to put some space between us in an attempt to ease the tension, I decided to play along by saying thank you so much, hoping maybe he'd shift course or at least ease up a little. Poor girl. I can already see Showalter's not a person who would ease up. She was trying to avoid provoking him, and that's the right thing to do in a situation like that. But he started getting very aggressive. Now that's a red flag. Now this is concerning. He says, but instead he became even more aggressive and started towering over me and shouting. Unfortunately, I wasn't prepared for that kind of interaction that evening, so I slapped him. Not my proudest moment, but it seemed like the safest alternative for me at that time. Now let's stop there. Imagine if a woman, a girl, has to slap you to get out of the way. For someone to get aggressive, and we females know that men can be stronger than us, but for us to take that action, that means she found it to be the safest alternative. That means he's a very aggressive person. Imagine this man with weapons I clearly showed you all the weapons he was carrying, allegedly, at the grub truck. Not my proudest moment, but it seemed like the safest alternative for me at the time. Being shorter than he is, I got written up for it, so it's on my record. But apparently it was not the first time he has treated other women in the kitchen in a similar fashion. To what extent, I'm not sure, but they all said that they had, I'm sure, interactions with him. So all the females at work said that he made them feel very uncomfortable. She felt like he was very aggressive. It concerns me because I saw the food truck footage, and if that really is the same John Showalter, I would definitely keep my eye on him and ask around a little more. Something just doesn't seem right with me. She says, I hope this helps. Thank you. I think this is the third, fourth clip I've made mentioning this incident. And I'm always very keen on mentioning to this young woman, wherever you are, may God bless you. Thank you for reaching out and warning us. And I took you serious, believe me. I took you serious immediately. It can't be a coincidence that everybody is saying that this man is aggressive. He was harassing females. He was kicked out. Ethan reported him, got him kicked out of his fraternity for harassing females. Kaylee was taking pictures of him at the grub truck. He threatened Maddie. DNA was found. Red liquid was found on his door. He was a neighbor, and he was the only person who left town that night. I don't know about you. He will always be one of the first alternatives I have. And even if BK is involved in these crimes, which I have find it really difficult yet to find anywhere pointing to BK, but if BK is involved, I wouldn't be surprised if Showalter did it with him. That's all my opinion. Showalter is not to be trusted. Showalter was working with everyone in the grub truck against Maddie and Kaylee. And I can say that out of analyzing the grub truck for over 50 times. This man is one of the people they should have always kept their eyes on. I'm surprised that he left town. He spoke to the detective over the phone. And I will be going into his reports soon. I've read half of them and I'm just baffled. I'm shocked. Let me know what you'll think about Showalter. This is my part 1 for Showalter. Please like, share, and subscribe. May the victims rest in peace.